Bonjour, everyone. It's Monday Young here, your life and expat coach, and welcome to my channel, which is for expatriates, travelers, freelancers, and entrepreneurs. And today, I just wanted to come to you to make a quick video to give you 5 tips if you're someone who is going to be looking for work abroad, or if you're already abroad and you're hoping to find work. So these 5 tips should really help you get started. So, tip number 1. This is a really simple tip and the one that most people actually overlook and forget. And that is, if you're moving to a country where you don't speak the language, you need to translate your qualifications. This is so important because when we're out there looking for work, you need to be able to tell people, even if you can't have a full conversation in their language, you still need to be able to tell people your job history, your qualifications, your education level. It is the place to start. Well, people at least know what you can do and that you are qualified to do it. Also, if you do find someone who is willing to give you an opportunity abroad and they ask you for your resume, your CV, and a motivational letter or something to that effect, if you don't already have this prepared, you can find yourself scrambling around, totally panicked, trying to translate your CV at the last minute. And now maybe this person doesn't think you're serious because it took you, a week to get your CV to them. So be ready, be prepared for any opportunity that comes up, that you know how to tell people what you've done in the past, what you're qualified to do, and your CV and resume is ready to go for anyone that you meet who needs it to see what you have done and can do. My second tip would be is to write a list of everything you know how to do. And when I say everything, I mean everything. And why do I suggest that? Because when we're traveling and we're moving places, sometimes it takes time to find that dream job or the exact job that we would like to do in the country that we are going to. And in that time, we may still need to be earning an income. So you may need to get a part-time job or just that in-between job. And it may be with one of the many skills that you have in your little treasure chest of life experience. And if you already know you have that skill, if you see a job like for a personal assistant, a cleaner, a babysitter, a graphic designer, whatever it is, someone who can do social media posts. Maybe you're really good on Facebook and you know your way around that. You never know what little skill that you have could actually turn into a small part-time job that will basically help you to stay in the place that you're hoping to stay in long enough till you get the kind of work that you want and you have a steady income coming in, which helps lowers the stress levels and it gets you quickly into the community, meeting people, and I cannot tell you how small part-time jobs can lead to bigger opportunities. And my third tip would be, after you have translated your qualifications, you've written down the list of all the skills that you have to offer, the third thing to do is to write down what you're willing to do and what you are not willing to do. This is important to know because if you end up doing a job that you really don't like, you may end up thinking you don't like the country that you're in just because you don't like the job. And a lot of time with clients that I work with, they think they no longer like the place because they're doing a job that they hate to stay there, so they just want to leave, when it's really the job that's a problem. So make sure out of all those skills that you've written down, to see which ones are still in line with yourself, that if you did it part-time, you would really, really be okay with. As an example, for me, when I first came as a student to France and learning the language, I tried to waitress. I tried to, work in bars, but, working late at night really didn't help me for getting up to go to study in the morning. And it just wasn't in my personality, this kind of work. But being a personal assistant and cleaning was, because I always had an interest in helping people and to advance and to move forward. And by helping them get organized, by being their personal assistant, which helps them achieve their career goals, it was in line with ultimately what I was hoping to do and what I liked to do. So even though it wasn't something I wanted to do permanently, I still felt good while I was doing it. So that would be really my third tip. So that you don't end up in some work that may actually ruin your travel experience. My first tip would be, after you've translated, wrote down all your skills, you know what you will and you won't do, is to tell anyone who will listen about your plans. You basically want everyone to know, where you're going, what kind of work you're looking for, and you want to solicit them for their support and their help, because you never know who knows somebody somewhere who might be able to help you. And that is so important, that you let people know where you're going, what you're doing, because they may know somebody who's lived there before, who lives there now, who does what it is that you're looking to do, who knows where you can look for work, who knows what the job market is, what the culture is, and who maybe if they know someone who actually lives there, you'll have a form of connection and support to help you get started, which is super important, just to have as much knowledge as you can about where you're going, and to know how to get to the kind of work that you want to do. If you have somebody who can give you a hand up, I would definitely say take it. So make sure you put it on your social media, email your friends and family. Let people know what you are doing so that they can help you. And my fifth and final tip would be get support. It is to start in your own community. So wherever you're going, it will be to find out if there are some organizations or group who speak your native language. Or even if if your native language is English, normally there's always some kind of Anglophone groups out there, or organizations that are there to help Anglophones connect, or to help them to get started in the country that they're in. And these resources are extremely helpful, because you get all the insight into the culture, the job market, and everything that you need. And normally these people can point you in the right direction. And a lot of the organizations that are there to help people abroad, that they normally have announcements in their office with people looking for someone to maybe speak English to their kid, or to help them with different things. So you may be able to connect with people and to really quickly be able to find a job, because they may know where it is that you need to go. They may know someone who's looking for the type of skill that you have. Or in some of those places, you can find that, people advertising, looking for help in all different kinds of fields and things. So I would definitely find your community, one for the support and to get the insight. And, and sometimes they're good places to find those jobs that help you get started on your journey while you're there. So those would be my top 5 tips for starting to get yourself into the job market abroad as quick and as fast as possible. So I hope these tips have helped you today. And if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below. I try to get back to everyone if I can. And I would love to hear your any tips or advice that you have, how you found work while you were traveling abroad, that you find really effective, that might be able to help anyone who's tuning in to this channel. Well, I hope this was helpful to you, and I hope to speak to you soon. Au revoir.